everybody, it's Taylor here today, and I want to show you a fun product we have that's called Under Wraps. So I know we're all gearing up for Halloween, and I thought these treat holders would be just really perfect for all the little ghosts and goblins in your life, and the best part is that they're super easy to put together. So at Tailored Expressions, we've become known for our stamp and die combos, but you might want to say that these are more die and stamp combos. So with this idea, the simple die cut shape is made cuter by adding one of the different faces that are included as stamps with the die set. So that really just jazzes up the look of your candy treat holder a little bit more. So if you've ever purchased a set with these multiple faces before, we do these in a lot of our stamp and die combos as well, you have probably noticed that when there are exceptionally small stamps, they come attached together. Now that's because our rubber stamps are hand trimmed with a scroll saw, and trimming around these images what can be kind of hazardous to fingers. I don't want anybody losing a finger, so that's why we've chosen to keep them together. Now they are not meant to be used together, so I would recommend cutting them apart when you receive them. So I have one here that I've cut apart, and you can also see one here that I have not cut apart. So before you remove the backing off of the back, just take a pair of scissors. My personal favorite is this. This is the Tim Holtz Tonic scissors, and just cut closely around that image. I'm cutting off the sharp corners, and I'm also trying to make straight cuts wherever possible. And then you will end up with another face, just like that. So you can do that with all three of the faces in each of the sets so that you have three separate images. Now, these dies were designed as a really fun and easy way to add a little handmade to your holiday treats. And I will be the first to admit that I love the idea of anything handmade for every single occasion, but I don't always have time to follow through on everything. But I'm confident that this idea is quick enough for everyone to achieve. So whether you're making a couple of them for your kids or your grandkids, or you're gonna go crazy and make them for your neighborhood trick-or-treaters or classroom treats, I think they'll be super easy to accomplish. And speaking of classroom treats, our school has a rule that all classroom treats must be non-food, so no candy allowed, but the Under Wraps concept will also work with glow bracelets, chapsticks, pencils, really anything that you can slide into that slit opening. So I have a few tips and tricks for mass producing these, so I want to show you those today. Let's get started. Okay, so I have my Big Shot here on screen, and I've pre-cut a piece of our Sugar Cube cardstock, and I'm gonna go ahead and use the Under Wraps Ghost. And you will notice when you get these that they come with this little piece. Now this is the piece that creates the slits if you want to insert a piece of candy or other treat. Now we did make this a separate die so that you could use this ghost for other things without the slits if you wanted to create a banner or something like that. So that's why the slit is not attached to the actual die, but I'm going to show you just a little trick here for getting it right where you want it. So you want to err a little bit on the low side. If you get your slits up too high, then your candy is going to overlap your face. So we just want to go a little shy lower than center here. And I've got a piece of removable tape that I'm just going to use to tape that in place. And then we're going to send that through. So now you can see how that came out. It has the two little slits in there, just like that. And your candy can fit in there. These little, I guess they're Hershey Minis bars will fit great. If you stretch your slits a little bit more, then you can fit one of these cute little mini candy bars. And like I mentioned, you can also do things like the treats, the non-food treats, like the, what do I have here? I have some glow bracelets, or you can do a chapstick or something like that. So you have the candy in there now. I'm going to slip it out just so we can finish this a little bit easier. So next thing I would recommend, and you can see on this sample here, is we have added a score line to the wings of the ghost so that they fold up a little bit better. Now that's not a required step. You can certainly skip that if you're mass producing these, but I wanted to show it so that you can get an idea of how to do that. So I'm gonna move my Big Shot out of the way here, and I'm gonna bring in my Score Pal. So all I'm gonna do is take my Ghost and kind of eyeball about where those slits are ending. Hold it in place there, and then I can just add a score line along the edge there. And I want to do that on both sides. Just like that, so that when you fold them up, then you can see your wings wrap a little bit better around that candy. And again, you can skip that step if you want to make it even faster. So now we are going to set up the Misty with our face. You can also put the face on an acrylic block if you don't want to spend the time setting it up, but this will be easier for mass producing your ghosts. So what I have here is my Misty. I'm going to take one of the face stamps for the Ghost. See if I can find one of these guys that I trimmed here. And I'm going to put him on the center of my clear cover. Just going to ink him up with some Oreo ink and go ahead and close that cover. I'm closing it down onto a piece of the grid paper. And then what you're going to do is take your negative die cut here that we just cut out, and I'm going to position that face right in the center of my Ghost. I'm going to tape that guy down so that he remains in the same place. Use a little bit of this removable tape again, or you can just use regular tape too. And then you have a template for putting all of your ghosts into once you cut them. Just put the die cut in the opening, and then we're gonna close that down, and your face will be in just the right spot every time. And you can just keep doing all of those until you have all of your treats done. So hopefully those are some tips and tricks that will get you excited about trying some of these Under Wraps characters for your Halloween treats this year. Thanks for stopping by today. You can check out all of these products on our website at tailoredexpressions.com. Bye-bye, guys.